What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know I am, in particular because I was right about something. Now, I make a lot of claims, I make a lot of speculations, I have a lot of theories and opinions, and some of those might not be accurate, some of them might be not be factual. I am not an expert in this hobby, but one thing I did predict was that the Van Gogh Pikachu cards would get a reprint. Now, technically, let's not get too excited. We've only had one sale so far on eBay that was $105 that I've seen so far, and a couple others, tapering in the just over $100 area, 120, 140. Now this news just released, and they will not be distributing these cards until I want to say mid-February or March. Again, I don't know 100%, but those will be distributed in the Netherlands and stores, very low quantity. What I'm more interested in is the fact that they are bringing these cards back to the Van Gogh Museum. Now, I know, if you look at this card up close, there's really nothing special to it. It is a Van Gogh collaboration Pikachu card. It's a collaboration with Pokemon, really, but the Van Gogh Pikachu, he's got his little gray felt hat. There's no holo, which would have been really cool, but I'm actually starting to like this card without the holo. We're doing this cinematic format again today, and hopefully you guys really like this. I got some good feedback yesterday. But yeah, I might focus on different things throughout the video. But anyways, there's not a lot that's special about this card. A lot of cards got damaged in shipment. Mine luckily did not. Either way, I never looked at this as being a money play, even though it definitely was a money play. When these cards dropped, there were people scalping them, getting tons of copies, grading them, PSA 10, and people just making thousands of dollars off of having multiples of these cards. Even people just buying them locally for whatever price, flipping them, whether they're a 9 or a 10, and they were just selling like hotcakes. Now, for me, I knew that I probably wasn't going to grade them. It was another cost that I didn't exactly need, and I basically decided that it was really going to be for the art and the fact that I got in on a really important promo card, right? This is by far probably the most important release we've had in Pokemon for a free promo card. We had the Munch Pokemon cards that were a little bit back, and then we had the special delivery Charizard, but none of those compare to the Van Gogh Pikachu. This card was crazy. If you go back and you look at videos of this card's release in the Van Gogh Museum, it was insane. There were crowds of people, basically a mob, people fumbling over each other, really just people being animals for the most part. And not being, civil, waiting in line, like people just grabbing stuff. It's essentially just stealing the cards. So now Van Gogh Museum will have extra security. Hopefully that will help the situation. And people who are truly fans and wanted to see this exhibit will be able to go and see this exhibit, get their cards. They are still going to flood the market, in my opinion, whether they are released on Pokemon Center, which is what happened. That allowed a lot of us to get our copies. That's how I got my 2 copies, because there was no way I was going to be able to go to Amsterdam to the museum. At least I believe it's in Amsterdam. Anyways, so I don't think there's no confirmation that this will be on Pokemon Center, and I don't think it'll be on Pokemon Center. I think they are probably doing this the right way, having it at the museum. If you really want to test your luck and take a gamble on scalping these cards, then get your tickets, fly to the museum, wait in line, wait your turn, go get the card, go through the exhibit. I think it's a fantastic experience. It's one that I personally would really like to have. I would like to go through this exhibit and see everything from an artistic standpoint. I am from a family of artists. I'm probably going to gift one of these to my mom because she is a professional painter. And we've been through a lot this year, and she knows that this is a very special card to me. And I've been joking about telling her, you need my Van Gogh Pikachu, framed at your house. It's probably going to be worth more than any of your paintings. Haha. But anyways, yeah, I knew that these were just going to be cool to actually have in my collection. I would get more of them, but only only at cost, right? I would only pick up more of these if they were $30, $40, maybe $50. I would consider it. But Pokemon Center was pretty cool because we got an item and then we got the card for free. That's how it should be. These cards should not be scalped. The price should have never been what it is, even in a PSA 10, because these cards were given out. And from what I understand, there's already 10,000 of them, just as much as the Umbreon and Evolving Skies, even though these released a lot, like, very recently, so there shouldn't be that many of them graded already. But anyways, what I think is going to happen? Well, first off, let's just rejoice the fact that I was right. They did bring this card back. I was saying to people, relax, they're going to bring this card back. A lot of people ended up buying this card over $100, $200, $300. Some people were buying PSA 10s. And you know what? In the long run, you'll probably be okay, right? But there are some people that got caught all the way at the tippy top, and they're just taking a huge loss here, especially if they wanted to liquidate these cards, and if they're buying them for the wrong reasons or trying to flip them. If you're purely just buying this card because you enjoy it, then my hat's off to you. It really, price is kind of irrelevant if you really love the card and will appreciate it, especially if it's like a PSA 10. I'm sure there's going to be a market for these moving forward, but it is a little bit alarming that these will be coming onto the market. That's going to affect values. I think a lot of people, really banked on this card being very valuable down the road. And who knows, maybe the release at the museums and the limited release in stores in the Netherlands. Why the Netherlands? Not quite understanding that. Maybe I should have done some more research on why that was the location. Why not sending them to the US as well, and other parts of Europe. But regardless, I was right. I had been saying they were going to drop these cards again, and everyone was telling me, no, you gotta buy this card now. There was a lot of hype driving this card. And so it's definitely a good feeling. The same with 151. I've been right about 151. 151 has held up very, very well. English 151 is crushing it right now. I don't even need to say more. This card right here, defining English 151. Let's see. Let's get that focus on there. It looks like today the cinematic mode is giving me a little bit more issues, but it's an absolutely beautiful card. I'm not the biggest fan of this Charizard art in general, but when you pull this card, your eyes light up. The background itself is probably a lot cooler than the focus on the Charizard itself. Sometimes the environments around these cards are what make them so beautiful, with the canyon and the shimmer on all the different, crevices over here. It's really a beautiful card, and seeing Charizard kind of evolve from the other cards, the Charmander and the Charmeleon, it's really cool to see that full evolution line and all of the evolution lines in 151. Anyways, enough about 151. I've been pumping 151, but there are a lot of things I'm not right about, and I'm willing to admit that. But this was one thing that I was dead on about, which was the Van Gogh release. So hold your horses. If you're still considering this card, or if I've just reignited an interest in this card, hold your horses, because in the next couple months, this card could really dip below $100. It really should be around the $50 to $60 mark, in my opinion. It should not be a $100 plus card. Especially with all the people like me that order products. I got some booster bundles and I got a Brilliant Stars booster box, and then these came free in those purchases. Free, guys, free. So there's no reason for you to spend a crazy amount of money on this card for just the card itself. Again, I do think that we're going to see lower prices on this card. And that being said, please, if you're looking at this card, hold your horses. Don't quite pull the trigger on it just yet. Give it a couple more months for the pricing to really set in. It's just like when a set releases, a lot of us jump right on the bandwagon. And if you are flipping, or you're pulling a chase card in the set and flipping that, then you're going to do very well, because a lot of the cards, right when these sets release, a lot of these cards do very well, and then they start to taper down. This has not really been the case with 151, but for the most part, there are a lot of plays to be made in Pokemon, but most people, the average collector, is going to wait for these sets to release and then wait 6 months later for these card prices to go down. The same effect can be had with the Van Gogh Pikachu, because once it becomes a little bit more irrelevant and people aren't really as focused on it, it's not as valuable. That's what happens in this hobby. New stuff comes out. Everyone wants the new thing. Everyone's hopping on board with whatever is most recent or modern. Right now, a lot of people are excited for Temporal Forces to follow up on Paradox Rift. That's for another video. You know, the sets are growing on me. I don't think we've seen everything. Recently, there was a release for the Gengar full art and an illustration Ghastly. It's amazing how early we're seeing these leaks. It's crazy, and it definitely takes, in my opinion, some of the fun out of it, some of the mystery out of it. If we know everything is going to be in the set, I don't know. I like a good surprise. But yeah, guys, later, so definitely wait for your chance to buy the Pikachu Van Gogh. And just some backstory on this, really cool collaboration. You don't see a lot of these in Pokemon, but Van Gogh Museum did a collaboration with Pokemon and came up with all these awesome merchandise items, particularly, you know, most notably the Van Gogh Pikachu, but there was a lot of cool stuff in the exhibit and a lot of stuff that ended up being scalped. And hopefully with all that stuff being opened up again, a lot of that product, because I really wanted a poster. I've got old vintage posters in my game room. I really wanted a poster to put, I don't know where I would put it at this point because I've got everything filled out, but I might make room on this side wall over here, but or you know what, on my closet door. Either way, I really wanted a Van Gogh poster and maybe a little tote bag. So hopefully they open it up, more items flood the market, and stuff begins to be semi-cheap. Now, that's all I've got for this video today. I just like the fact that I was right, one, and two, that people should not FOMO into this particular card. The main reason for me being was that it was free. Anyways, moving forward, tonight we will have our live stream. We are going to open up some more 151. That's why I didn't open everything last week. And because we got some alternate arts from the Heavy Hitters box from Sam's Club, I'll probably open another one of those for the live stream tonight. I'm going to make a community post so that everybody gets the drop on when we'll be doing this live stream. But anyways, I'll see you guys later tonight for the live stream. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Have a great day, everybody.